Avyayam Chaturdha Sarvabhoktaram Vande Vijayatam Harim. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. In this video, we will talk about the 5 different types of pranayam. In the previous videos, we have looked at the bandhas, the 3 kinds of bandha: Mool Bandh, Udyan Bandh, and Jalandhar Bandh. And continuing on with that discussion, in this video we'll talk about 5 different pranayam prakriya that are used for regulation of the breath. So first one is called Bhrastika pranayam. In this Bhrastika pranayam, the idea is that you inhale as much as possible, and then you with the full force you try to exhale. So this kriya, Bhrastika pranayam kriya, will enable the exercise for all of the internal organs. It helps your lungs with when you fill up your lungs with air, it fills it up, it expands, it helps expand the capacity of your lungs. And this kriya, generally our internal organs don't get as much exercise. Whatever, if we do running, if we do any other kinds of form of exercise, there is no actual, you may do a little bit of an exercise for your internal organs, but these pranayam kriya will help really vigorate all of these internal organs, and consequently your digestive process, your all of your biological functions, it is strengthened. So we'll start with Bhrastika pranayam. So we start with your mind should be calm when you're doing any of these pranayam. You should feel that you should feel the happiness. You should not do it when you are anxious. You should not be in an anxious state when you are doing these pranayams. So we'll start with Bhrastika pranayam. So you inhale, fill up your diaphragm with as much air, and when you exhale with full force. So when you apply the full force, then all of the internal organs are getting exercise. So you can do it slowly, or you can do it a little bit fast, and I will show you the little bit of faster technique. So this is the Bhrastika pranayam. The second pranayam is called Kapalabhati pranayam. In this pranayam, it is similar to Bhrastika pranayam, but the focus here in this pranayam is only on exhaling. It is not you don't focus on the inhalation of the breath, but you just concentrate on exhaling the air out of your body. And in the process, as a relaxed way of whatever air that comes in, but there is not a conscious effort to breathe in the air. So this exercise helps strengthen the larger intestine inside your body, and upper stomach gets a lot more exercise, and it reduces the fat around your stomach if it is practiced for 4 to 5 minutes. So this is Kapalabhati pranayam. Because this is focused on forcing the air out, so you strain your muscles on the neck, your face gets a lot more abha, because the aura that it creates aura in your face, because you are forcing the air with energy, and it exercises the muscles in your face also. So this is the Kapalbhati pranayam. The third one is called Bahya pranayam, and this is where the three bandhas that we looked at in the previous video will apply all of these three bandha simultaneously, and we'll do this Bahya pranayam. So this one, so first you inhale, and like I had mentioned, there are two types of kumbhak, Bahya kumbhak and Antrik kumbhak. When you inhale and you do the holding the air, when you inhale and hold the air, it focuses on strengthening your body, but when you do the Bahya kumbhak, it is focused on strengthening your mana. So it impacts your one, the Antrik kumbhak is focused on giving vitality to your physical body, and the Bahya kumbhak, when you have exhaled, it is the regulation of mana. Mana. So we'll do this Bahya pranayam. So breathe in, inhale as much as you can. So in this pranayam, the three bandhas that we talked about, the Jalandhar bandha is when you bring your chin and you touch it with your chest, that is the Jalandhar bandh, and you exhale, and then you are regulating your breath and holding it in the Bahya kumbhak. The Udyan bandh we looked at. Udyan bandh is what you do is you exhale and you try to bring your stomach towards your back. You push all of the muscles inside, you pull it inside, and you put pressure in your stomach and try to squeeze it. The Moola bandha is you try to pull the muscles from inside your body, from your the payu and upasth, the excretory and reproductive organs. Between that place you try to pull the muscles inside, and that is the Moola bandha. So these three bandhas you do when you do simultaneously, then it is called the Bahya pranayam. The fourth pranayam is called Anulom Vilom, and this is to cleanse your nadi. So we have 72,000 nadiyas in our body, and nadis are essentially we have in the spinal cord. Everything is controlled by our hand movements, our body, any organ movement is controlled by our brain, and everything connects here at the Ajna Chakra, and the right and left nadis, there are 36,000 each nadiya, Stri nadi and Purush nadi, and these 72,000 nadis, or the synapses and everything that is connected with our spinal cord, is what gives us the ability to do things. So these Ingla and Pina nadi, we have to do the cleansing, and this is the Anulom Vilom exercise which does this cleansing. And the way we do this cleansing is when you inhale, what you do, you use your hand, the angusht is used on your right nostril, and on the left nostril you use your anamika and your kanishta only. So when you breathe in, you start from the left side, inhale as much as you can, and then you release the air from your right nostril, and then you again breathe from the right side, and and then you release the air from the left side. So you do it fast. So every time on each side you are exhaling and then inhaling. So exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. You do it alternatively from either side, and you can do it a little bit faster. So this is the Anulom Vilom exercise, pranayam exercise. It is used to cleanse your nadis, and it is important to do this. It helps you establish better concentration because all of the meditation that we do by concentrating between our eyebrows, which is where the Ajna Chakra is. So this is the fourth Anulom Vilom pranayam, and the fifth pranayam is called Bhramari pranayam. This is essentially Omkar Jap, and Omkar Jap is done for reverberation inside our body. Om is the short form of it is representation of Lord, and it's a concised form of the knowledge that is embedded in all of our Vedas. And Om has 8 different parts: A, U, Ma, Nad, Bindu, Ghosh, Shant and Atishant. So Om comprises of these 8 different parts, which represents the 8 main activities of Lord Narayan. So this Srishti, these 8 different great activities of Lord are Srishti, Sthiti, Niyaman, Lay. So these are related to the world, and then for the Jiva there are 4 other main activities: Jnana, Ajnana, Bandha, Moksha. So all of these are within the control of Lord, and this is what the Om represents. So Bhramari Pranayam is where we do the Omkar, but by closing our ears and putting little bit of a pressure or pressure around the nose with our fingers covering the eyes. So you take the middle finger and Anamika, you put it right in front of the nose, put your thumbs inside your ear and put your forefinger on your forehead and do the Omkar Jap. So you do it 3 to 5 times, and when you are saying Om, you have to keep your mouth closed, and when saying Om, keep the U longer than the Ma, and then the reverberation Nad is that is the reverberation. You try to feel that reverberation when you are doing this Bhramari Pranayam. It helps revitalize all of our internal organs, and also the organs, the sense organs, the majority of which are in our face, the Jnanendriya. It helps revitalizes all of them. So we looked at these 5 different pranayam. The Bhrastrika pranayam, which is focused on doing the exercising the internal organs. Then we looked at Kapalbhati, upper stomach. It helps strengthen the organs in the upper stomach. We looked at the Anulom Vilom Bahya pranayam, and then the Bhramari pranayam. So these 5 pranayam could be practiced as a part of the yoga daily routine, and it would take like a 20 minutes or so to do these exercises.